Hello. Well, this isn't scary at all, is it? Hello, my name is Jeff. I'm 52 years of age. Fucking 52 years of age. And I live in the south of England where it's now dark. So, hello from the south of England. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my life. It's a bit dull, but I'll just be really brief. I used to live in Beijing in China. I was there, I had my dream job. I was an international news anchor. I'd had a shave and I didn't have this lockdown hair then. And I was doing really well. I was really living my best possible life. It was brilliant. I was tracking my way through the desert of Inner Mongolia, doing all these exciting things. But then my dad, who lives in the UK, got very ill. He had dementia and it got worse. And I kind of realised that I shouldn't really be living on the other side of the world. So in October last year, I came home. Then, to cut a long story short, shortly afterwards, he had a fall. He ended up in hospital. I moved in with my parents to look after them. Then he had to go to a home because we couldn't cope with him at home. So he had to go into a home. Ooh, somebody watching. No, nobody. Ah, Warren. Hello, Warren. Yee. Anyway, so my dad's in a home. I then went to stay with friends for a few days and lockdown happened. I think I'm going to be one of these people in years to come. You know, like when I was young, you'd see a lot of old men on the streets and people would say, don't ask them about the war. They don't want to hear about the war. Because they had a bad war. I'm going to be one of those people. People in the future are going to say, don't talk about coronavirus with Jeff. Don't mention lockdown. Don't say 2020 because he had a hard time. Because I found out my dad was dying. Then my dad died. And we had a COVID funeral, yada, 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 which was awful. So I've had my family, we've all had a really, really hard time. As so many people are, there's nothing special about my story. It's been so bad for so many people. Hello, John Phillips. But then I found out about Gay Man Thriving. I was on another website, Monogamous Men for Men or something. And somebody on there said, oh, have you tried Gay Man Thriving? And immediately joined, and there were so many brilliant things on it. As you know, there's so much excellent advice, and I was really impressed with Zach and Andrew. God, they're good. And before I knew it, you know, I arranged my little call, you know, and I thought, oh, this is going to cost me dear, because I'm really bad at saying no. But then I thought, well, I'm just going to go for it. I think I need it. I haven't been in a relationship since 2012. I've never had very successful relationships, if I'm honest. I've picked some right bad uns. And when Andrew Sartori is watching, this is an honour. See, top guy, Andrew Sartori, because I had this phone call with him, you see, and it was the middle of the night here in the UK, and my dad had just died and we were all in serious lockdown and I felt really bad because I was, Andrew, I felt really bad because I didn't have a partner and kind of in lockdown, it was very intense in the UK. I don't know what it's like where you guys are, but in the UK it was really intense and scary. And I kind of ended up with, Andrew remembers. Zach's here as well. This is really good. So I was really impressed with their business model. I was like, you know, this is great. At any point, somewhere high-tech, at any point, you know, I'm going to be parting with some cash at some point in the next half an hour. And sure enough, I did. And it was, you know, a considerable amount of money. But the second I had paid the cash and enrolled on the course, it was like this massive, massive weight had been lifted from my shoulders. And I just want to describe what the course. Hello, Shia from Seattle. God, this is fun. I've never done this before. Thank you, Zach. And yeah, it was this huge weight off my shoulders. It really was, because one of the sort of first few things I learned from this course was to enjoy dating. I'd always found it a really horrible, horrible experience, something awful that you had to do. You took off so fast. You're a nut. Yeah, it was amazing right from the beginning. It was just, I immediately felt this huge sort of weight lifted. You know, the idea of dating for dating's sake and not worrying about, is he husband material? Is it going to go anywhere? You know, they encourage you to date as many people as possible, which is good. I won't tell you what I did yesterday. Yes, I will. I dated a guy. We went on a walk in the fields and had sex in the middle of a field. That's something I would never do, ever. But I got bitten all over my bum from insects and things. But anyway, so thank you, Zach. You've inspired me to have sex. Anyway, yeah. And then this huge family problem erupted after the death of my dad. And it all got so awful, horrendous. But the course just helped me so much. These modules that you have to do are brilliant. I mean, I'm only about a third of the way through, I suppose. But, you know, it's things like fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of trust, fear of being alone, and looking at your demons. And I very often felt, you know, I've got so much shit going on in my life at the moment. My life is shit. Huge. I wasn't huge. Well, anyway, be serious. Yeah, and I kind of thought, oh God, do I really need to be looking at my relationship history and stuff at the moment when I've got so much else going on? But God, it helped. It really, really, really helped. But the best thing, you know, you have these coaching calls, and that's worth the money in itself, because basically there's, I don't know, there might be 10, 20 people, maybe more, all on this coaching call together. And the great thing about it is, it's either run by Zach or Andrew, and you can, if you've got something you need a bit of support about, you can ask. And it took me a little while to sort of pluck up courage, because you know everyone else on the Zoom call is also listening to what's going on. But what I noticed about Zach and Andrew is when you come up with a problem or an issue, or you say, yeah, I'm suffering this week, blah, 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 they actually give you proper therapy, like really good stuff. And they're not in a hurry. It's not like, oh yeah, you'll be all right, let's move on, or try and love yourself more, move on. They actually spend, I mean, each one, I don't know, must be a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes. And at the end of it, they say anything else you want to talk about. You don't feel hurried. And it is the most amazing thing, because I've been to therapists and counsellors and stuff before, and they kind of don't tell you, they listen to your problems, but they don't really give advice. Whereas these guys give such good advice. They really, you can tell that they're both professionally trained, and they're bloody good at their job. Really good at their job. And, you know, after a little session with them, you just feel like you've had the honour of seeing some of the world's top counsellors. It's incredible. It really is incredible. And I love the fact that they, you know, they're creating a movement here. And I'm so up for that movement. I'm so inspired by that sort of movement, you know, the brotherhood of trying to get gay men to be more positive about their lives, trying to stop this loneliness that sets in, this tiredness with dating. Oh, and they've got this whole other this whole other course called Gay Success, Dating Success. GSSS, gay date, something like that. It's about dating anyway. I haven't started it yet, but it's full of, for what I've seen, really practical advice about how to navigate all these fucking websites and dating apps and blah, 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 all the stuff that I'm so rubbish at. Ah, yes, this is a movement, yes, and I'm a leader in it. That's so exciting. But yeah, and I'm a really cynical Brit, you know. I don't come out with these things lightly, but I just have to say, it's been such a huge help to me. It really has, at the most difficult time in my life. And I just want to thank you guys, Zach and Andrew, and everybody else as well, because they've all helped so much, because you get this Facebook group and everyone comments on things and you can use it as therapy for all sorts of things, and it really is great. Shia, if I pronounce that right, I really urge you to do it if you possibly can. And they do all these payment plans as well, but it really is valuable. It really is. I mean, it's hard work. You have to confront areas of your life that you never thought you would want to look at again. I know I have. But it's great, and there's so much still to come. You know, in about a week's time, I'm doing something about learning to love your own body. Now, that is going to be hard. That is going to be really, really hard. Sorry, Shay. Sorry, Shay. Yeah, no, you really should do it. If you possibly can, you really should do it. It's such a good course, and they're just really, really good instructors, really good teachers, really good therapists, really good counsellors, really nice guys, and you just feel their love, you actually just feel that they're supporting you, and it's made me do all sorts of things I never thought I'd do, like have sex in a field watching the sunset. Might do that again, actually. So yes, I just thought I'd say all that, and I really urge you, if you're feeling down about your life, if you're feeling like you'll never find anyone and all the rest of it. Yes, Warren. Well, I was going to cancel it. He invited me out on a dog walk date, and I was going to cancel it, and then it was something that Zach said. I can't remember what it was now, Zach, but Zach said something, and I was like, sod it, I'm going to go. And before I know it, I'm shagging in a field. So classy here in Britain. Anyway, yes, so I just wanted to say it's a really good course, and I'm really, really grateful to Zach and Andrew and to everybody else. So if you possibly can, do it, because you really will not regret it at all. Thank you so much. I shared a bit too much, really, didn't I? Far too much. Right, anyway, that's it. Thank you, guys. Nice to see you all. I'll let you get on with your day, but, thank you. This is an amazing experience, and I've still got so much more to go. So much more to go. Try and do it, Shay, if you possibly can. Many of us have fear and uncertainty when joining the program, not really? Yeah, exactly. The first thing you think is like, I've just parted with some cash, and is that a mistake? And what else have you written there? Just getting started. I know. God knows what this learning to love your own body course is all about. I really don't know. That will be a challenge. But all good. And if you get the chance to do it, just do it. And now I'm waffling, so I will say goodbye from nighttime England. I'm going to go to bed, and take care, everyone. Love you all.